And and that's a blessing, right? Mm-hmm. So we learn that it doesn't have to be perfect. It just have to be done. Right. And then we go to the other spectrum with Miss Shelley that say she got a budget, but she really ain't got no budget. And she gonna have them arches and them trellises and the lights. And she be saying, y'all I went from spending money. And then she come back in the chat, well, I saw this and I picked this up. So
that was grocery budget. It's okay. Grocery budget.
So we go from then some of us are middle of the lane, right? So we are all women who are finding happiness, joy, health, right, in our gardens, and it is a beautiful thing. And so thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for joining us. I know I always got to preach in my belly, so sometimes I be trying to, but hey, it is what it is. So today we were talking about flowers today, right? Flowers. And some of y'all say, flowers, what they got to do with the garden? Well, everything that grows has a purpose, even if it's stuff you don't like. Dandelion, stuff that cause pollen and having allergies acting up, it has a purpose. Everything has a purpose and a season. So we want to talk about flowers. It is Mother's Day. I don't have my mama's favorite flower per se to talk about, but we're going to talk about pollinators. We're going to talk about edible flowers. We're going to talk about medicinal flowers. Come on now, y'all. Come on, keep me on track. Let me tell you.
Pollinators.
Let me tell you. And pollinators. I said that first because that was the one I knew. But let me tell y'all something. Because see, people say you telling yourself, Rashida, people don't know what's happening. I came home about 7:15 from Mama's house, right? We got the food in the house. I told my sister I ain't going past this couch. This couch right here next to the computer. I put my timer on my trusty phone. The volume must be low or something. I don't know. I laid on this couch, propped my feet up, and I was watching Next Level Chef. And I was like, I might doze off, but I got a half an hour to get my life together. All of a sudden, I realized I was sleeping. Now my eyes flew open. I'm like, what time is it? And I looked at my watch. It was 8:15. Not long after that, Shelly is calling my phone, and I'm like, "Oh my God, there probably be something that happened to me." And I look at my phone, I got texts about, "Are you okay?" People are like, "Are you all right?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm all right. I'm over here asleep."
I nailed it. I said she probably sleep.
You did. You called it. You called it right, girl.
Or she did get that afternoon nap. We thought we was gonna be done earlier, but we had company. Right?
That's good.
Mama had company and my god brother stopped by and folks stopped on by. So it was a good time.
Yeah.
But sis is tired. So we're gonna talk about these flowers as I get my life together. So pollinators ain't going first. That's it.
And also let them know that we do chat and chew. So
oh yeah, we do chat and chew because we eat. The reason I'm not sure is because I ate like a whole bunch of food before I fell asleep. So let me tell you about this chew. So just in case I get up and get me a plate, Mama wanted a steak, so Mama ate a steak. We ate meatloaf. Because everybody ain't getting no steak. You understand? We ate meatloaf, greens. Mama like asparagus, but some of us don't like asparagus. So we did asparagus, baked sweet potato. Then Mama called while we was at the store. I got a taste for potato salad. So we made a potato salad. And then somebody was like, you know what would be good? I think it's macaroni and cheese. It wasn't necessarily a request, but when I came home from church, I whipped up the macaroni and cheese because I had cheese, I had shells, I had milk. I mean, macaroni and cheese and peach cobbler and ice cream and punch. So we had all the things. But this is the chat show, so we eat over here. So if you are offended by people that eat and talk and eat, this may not be the broadcast for you. Or it may be, because you may feel like, oh, maybe I should go get me a snack. It's about 8:46, late over in the evening. You want a little something to eat, maybe not heavy. Go get you a snack, go get you some fruits and vegetables, some water, So Cynthia wants y'all to know because she don't want to eat alone, and she wants y'all thinking she crazy because she might be doing with the plate.
They're like, she's so rude. She just eating in front of everybody.
I don't know who else got a plate.
I'm having a sliced brisket barbecue sandwich.
Maybe because she in Texas and they barbecue all the time, and I'm sort of kind of jealous because I ain't been in
All
Texas
the
in a few
time.
years. But I'm always down for some good barbecue,
Mhm.
some good smoke. So I don't know who want to go first. Now, me and Jacqueline is on pollinators. We
Is
got
that all you eating, CC?
Yeah. And
Jacqueline,
I'm last on the list.
she smoked brisket. You ain't last on the list. You
It is. I am on that list last.
she
So
is. I want to hear what everybody else is eating first.
I don't have
I'm
anything.
drinking water.
I don't have anything.
I don't have anything.
What?
mm,
Well, what did y'all have for dinner?
My brothers grilled, so that tells you what we had. We had hamburgers and hot dogs, but they were so good. They were homemade hamburgers, and
Ain't
they were
nothing
about
wrong
this
with that.
thick.
I should have came by your brother's
Yeah.
house.
And then potato salad, and my sister whipped up a banana pudding that was amazing. And then we had to throw in a little Latina, so I did a big batch of horchata, and so it was the first time some of the kids had it for the first time, and of course,
Can you tell everybody else what that is?
yes. So horchata, I'm gonna give you what my son's definition of horchata is, and then I'll tell you why. He says I made it for the first time. Like I've had it before, but I never made it for my family. So my son takes a sip and he's like, "Mom, this is just cinnamon toast crunch milk." And I'm like, I was a little offended, right?
no.
I'm like, what do you think I just do for? But the base is milk and rice. You let it soak in the fridge for at least 4 hours or overnight. Then you put it through your blender for about 4 minutes till you get all the milk and the water all dissolved or whatever crushed up. And then after that, you pour in the way we do it is 1 can of evaporated milk, 1 can of condensed milk, and 4 cups of water. And let me tell you, it's no sugar needs to be added. It hits the spot, and the kids were drinking it like it was their new drink. So I was very happy.
Awesome. Lisa?
We had chicken, like I think it was thighs in the air fryer.
Mm.
And with like rosemary and it was a lot of seasonings, garlic powder and stuff.
That sounds good.
And, then we had, I think it was collard greens, and we had like mashed sweet potatoes and some lima beans.
Mm. That sounds good.
It was good.
All right. Y'all want to know what I had?
Yeah. So I'm waiting.
Well, I shouldn't say what I had because I didn't eat everything because somebody was over here doing the most.
The hired help.
The hired help was doing the most. He was determined. So myself, my mom-in-law was here, and our daughter, who has a daughter. So he was like, "No, I don't want y'all to help." And when I tell y'all, he was over here showing out. He had grilled ribs, steak. He had burgers. He had hot dogs, corn on the cob, potato cooked on the grill, candy yams.
You didn't invite me over for dinner? I'm just like an hour and a half.
He did cabbage, baked beans. He up there making sweet potato pie right now.
Come on, hired help.
Hired help. You need to keep that hired help.
Yeah.
Listen, I tell y'all, I got to pay him well. So what I ate though was a hot dog, a baked potato or grilled potato because they were cooked on the grill. I had baked beans, cabbage, and I had a little bite of his hamburger because there were only like 3. He was trying to clear out the freezer of some meats and stuff. So it all worked out well, but he's exhausted now.
I'm sure.
Yeah. And then while I'm live, I'm eating some cinnamon cashews that I've been snacking on periodically, and I'm having some throat coat tea that is lemon echinacea. I thought that was very fitting for our conversation tonight.
Yeah.
Awesome. I did have something I did want to say. I've been thinking about it all week. And I think I'm gonna do it before we get started instead of at the end, right?
Okay.
Because it is Mother's Day, and some of us find joy in Mother's Day, but I do want to recognize the fact that some of us have lost mothers or lost children or desired to be a mother and weren't able to be a mother. And we want to honor that on today, and also want to really say a special prayer for you on today, because that desire in your heart, I do believe, and that love you have in your heart from your mother or for other people's children really makes you a mother today, because you have love to share and you have love to give. And so I just wanted to pray for those, pray for us today. So Lord, we praise and we thank you for your goodness and for your grace and for your mercy. And we thank you, one, for life, health, and strength. And even though today may be hard for some, and there's grief and there's sorrow, but Lord, I ask you to let people find joy in not just today, but in the days to come, that they're not taken aback by depression and oppression and sadness, that but uplift their spirits and be with them as they walk through this season. And not just for this Mother's Day, but holidays to come, that they know that you're with them to lead and guide them through all truth. You said in your word that you will bring comfort to those that are mourn. And you said that I am the God of all comfort. So there's no thing that you cannot comfort us from. And so God, we're looking for you to bless. We're looking for you to set free and deliver. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
My assignment here is done. Okay. And if anybody know when you got an assignment, you don't have no peace until that assignment is done. So now we can talk about these flowers. And Cynthia says she last. I don't understand.
Because she was last on the list.
I'm last on the list.
The scripture says the first shall be last and the last shall be first.
I
got my assignment.
But we do this in Sunday school. Let's do round robin, right? Let's do round robin. Why don't we who's first on the list? Me and Jacqueline?
Yeah.
We'll talk about 3 pollinating flowers. And then we'll let Shelly and Lisa talk about 3 medicinal flowers. And then we'll let what's your name? Cynthia talk about 3 edible flowers. And we'll keep doing the rounds until we think we about done, or until I lose track. Somebody gonna have to keep track. Shelly, keep track, because y'all know I ain't gonna keep track of this. I'm just telling y'all what we doing. I really ain't gonna keep track. But we do this in Sunday school. It's easier to do with scriptures because you reading like 7 through 10 and 11 through 14, but I can't do this right here. Yeah. So, Jacqueline, what's on our list? Let me see.
I'm gonna start off with nasturtiums. I think those are great ones to have in your garden. They're really easy because you can just plop those wherever you need to put them in your garden. You don't have to start them inside in a seed starting tray or all of that. You just put them where you want them and they will do what they need to do. They're great in your tomatoes. They're also great for pest control. So they can be an aphid attractor. So if you don't want your aphids on your other plants, you put your nasturtiums in. They will attract the aphids, but then you plant dill. That's another one. So you have an herb, right? And you have your dill. You plant your dill. Now you have your ladybugs that come eat those aphids. So you're doing a double attack in your garden, right?
Okay. Let me make sure I heard that right. You said dills attract aphids?
Ladybugs. Your dill.
Okay, the dill attracts the ladybugs, and the nasturtiums attract the aphids.
The aphids.
Okay. They're going to be in your garden. Eat the aphids.
Yep, exactly.
Right. So play them together.
Also, that I seen today on my dill, the monarch butterfly caterpillar loves dill, and it's my first time I have some in my garden.
Yay!
Caterpillars on my dill.
Yes,
eat it up, babies.
Okay, that was that 2 or was that 3? Was that 2, right?
It was 2.
So let's talk about one of my favorites, and that's basil.
Yes.
Pick a basil, any basil.
Any
Okay.
basil.
Since I've been gardening, I have fallen in love with basil.
Mm-hmm.
Not basil in my food, but like the basil, the smell of basil. It doesn't matter, lemon,
Yes.
chocolate,
Purple.
pick one. Regular
Yes,
sweet basil,
Exactly.
Italian basil, largely.
Holy.
That's the smell of it. And
Mhm.
then even when it goes, if you're not able to harvest it and let it get big and bushy, when it goes to seed, those flowers are really attracting your bees. They're
Mhm.
really attracting the pollinators to your garden. So don't pull them out.
No.
If they start to go to seed,
Yes.
leave them there. Let them produce flowers. And you're saying, well, I don't want them to leave to produce basil here next year. Yes, you do.
Here you do. Yep.
Listen to
put
me.
it in
You
pots.
do.
Put
Don't
it in
go buy
pots.
no seed. Let that thing go to seed right there.
Yeah.
Because you can always move them later.
Mhm.
As they come up next year, you can put them in different spots.
Mm.
I absolutely love basil as a pollinator. Okay, who's next? The next three.
Miss Lisa and Miss Shelly.
Go ahead,
Shirley?
Shelley.
Okay, well, I'll do one, the first flower, medicinal flower, which I don't think I ever, well, I shouldn't say that. I probably in the back of my mind knew some of this, but the sunflower.
Mhm.
And so I just did little snippets from the good old Google search AI. And it says sunflowers have a history of medicinal uses with various parts of the plant, including the seeds, leaves, and flowers being used in traditional medicine for a range of ailments. For example, sunflower seeds have been used for a remedy for colds. I did not know that. Coughs, and even a substitute for, how do you say this, quinine in malaria treatment.
Oh,
Quinine?
wow.
Quinine. Okay, that's how it's pronounced.
Okay, I think it's quinine. I heard quinine before. I just don't know how it's spelled, so that could be it.
Quinine.
That
So,
sounds about right.
yep, quinine. So yes, it was used as a treatment in for malaria. Oh, so that's one. I'll let Lisa go.
Okay. I have many, but
I do too, but I figure we rotate.
I'll do marshmallow. Marshmallow is an anti-inflammatory. It's can be used as a diuretic. It soothes your skin. It helps with urinary tract. It heals wounds, and it aids in respiratory, and it reduces coughs. So that is one. I'm growing it now, and this is my first time growing it, and I'm very interested in seeing if this, will work for real. Because my sister, she has respiratory problems a lot.
So how would you take it, Miss Lisa? Did they tell you to take it as a tea?
I know you use the root of it
Or
because
the root?
this is
Okay,
my
the
second
root.
year with
Okay.
my marshmallow. It came back, and so I know you do use the roots of it.
Okay.
In the winter.
All
Did
right.
she?
What was
Okay.
that?
Was that me?
Yeah, we
I
lost
lost
you, Miss
you.
Lisa, for a second.
Okay. I think I'm back now.
Yep.
What did you ask?
I asked how would you ingest it, and Miss Cece said against the root.
Yeah, I found out about it through Miss Linda Sweet Tomato Vine,
Mhm.
and she takes the whole plant out, and I think she takes the root, and that is what she uses. And then when she took the root off, she replanted what was left
Okay.
to grow this year. So I guess maybe dehydrated. I still got to do my research on it.
Okay.
So I think in general, with medicinal plants and flowers, oftentimes one of the main ways is with as a tea, or you're extracting the oils to make things such as salves. and balms are some of the more common ways that they're used.
I will say one thing I also heard from the natural hair community, for those of us that are not privileged in that community, that marshmallow is used in a lot of products that are used for kinky hair because it adds slip to your product. How they get it in the product, don't ask me.
Okay.
But y'all might want to look that up as well if you're one of those mixologists that like to mix stuff for your hair up in your house.
Okay.
Marshmallow is good for slip, from what I hear on the internet.
Okay.
Let me pose that, because see, if I'm looking up on the internet, y'all know everything ain't true on the internet, right?
Right.
You gotta check.
You got to check your resources.
Yeah.
But I want y'all to check that out just in case it worked for y'all.
Yeah.
All right.
So third one for medicinal flowers is chamomile, which I actually have growing in one of my pots in the front of the house. And it is often used in tea form. The flowers in particular, oftentimes people drink chamomile tea. It is known for calming you, relaxing your nervous system. It also helps to ease digestive issues, as well as helps with some skin conditions.
All right. I had to laugh because somebody made a video, and I think they did it on purpose, mispronouncing chamomile as chamomile. And I laughed so hard. So every time somebody say chamomile, I'm in my head saying chamomile.
That's funny.
That's why I'm laughing. I'm not laughing at Shelly this time. I was really laughing at something in my head.
Well, listen, let me show y'all, because I told y'all I did do a
slideshow. So go ahead and present. Let me hit you.
Well, now I don't have to do the whole thing, but I want y'all to see this one particular picture that I had up for the sunflower. Let me see, share screen, and I'm doing. Where's the screen now?
Well, when you share it, I have to see it, and then I have to add it like another person.
No, I'm having a problem because hold on 1 second. I think I am in. So I have multiple accounts, and I'm streaming from my Homestead account, and I have the window open in my Cat Eyes MD account. So I need to open it up over here under Homestead because it's not allowing me to share.
How dare you be under Cat Eyes MD?
Listen, I'll be under multiple accounts all day long.
I know, because when I was waiting for y'all, was waiting for me, I'm logging on, and it was like, I was like, oh, RM Brundage, let me get over here.
I'll be having both of them open at the same time.
Y'all know I'm Sheeta Boo in these internet streets.
Share screen.
Some of y'all don't know I am.
Okay, here we go. Share.
Here we go.
Okay, so sunflowers. Y'all see them?
Yes.
That's my yard. A few years ago. That's not now. That was a few years ago. But when I was searching for, aren't they gorgeous? So I am planning to plant sunflowers again. And as you can see, they got super tall. That fence is 6 feet.
I have a sunflower patch right now going.
Oh, nice. So yeah, that was my sunflower.
Okay.
And I have basil on here, but you said that one, Rashida, and that was the chamomile. So you want me to go through all of them? Or we're taking turns. Right.
You had to walk away for a moment. That's all right. We can have
okay, well then yeah. Have you did your next, right?
Next.
Yeah. Okay.
Y'all know y'all supposed to keep rolling.
Yeah. We
are. Okay, guys. My first edible flowers, because I'm doing edible flowers because I'm a foodie and I like to eat. Okay. I don't know. That's why I got that one, but we're gonna roll with that. So first one is gonna be the squash blossoms. a lot of them, we have a lot of male squash blossoms that come up, many more than we need. So you can eat them. You can eat them. So you can fry them. So you can dip them in a batter and you can fry them. You can stuff them if you want to put like whatever kind of stuffing you want in them. Roll them up. You can bake them as well. And it's good to add into pasta and soups. Anything. You can chop them up and put them into soups. So yeah, you can do all that with squash blossoms. Don't worry about, if they didn't get to pollinate, if the female didn't come along, you can still eat them flowers. So
I did not know that.
And then the next one, which Shelly talked about, was the chamomile. And yes, you can have that as a tea. So I'm thinking maybe you could probably even dry them and put them in things. I don't know for sure. So look that up. But I do know the chamomile tea is what you can do with chamomile flowers. Yeah. And the next one
also make it you can use it in ointments, it says, and oils.
Well, I'm doing the edible part, so.
Oh, okay, that's right. I forgot.
I'm trying not to step into other people's categories.
But you can cook with oils, though. Think about it. If you put your bay leaf in oil, and how people make rosemary oil. I don't know if you want chamomile tea in the oil you cook with, but if you're that person that like to experiment,
Okay. And so my third one is going to be calendula. Or calendula, however you want to say it.
However you want to say it.
Yeah, however you want to say it. You can put that in salads. You can make, you can eat that fresh. So, yes. Okay. Next.
The petals, you can eat the petals.
Yes.
Calendula and salad. Calendula.
Yes.
I never tasted it.
Because
it seems like once you go to a restaurant, what I want to say, once you go to a restaurant and eat a salad that has a flower in it, it's usually like dandelion, so it's super bitter, and you like, I don't like flowers in my salad, so you never really want to try another flower in your salad because you expect it to taste like
bitterness.
I think most of them, but you're probably right. Most of them that we do read about, right? They're either peppery or they're bitter. And of course, the scripture says this is bitter in our belly, right? But it's good for us anyway.
Oh, none of that. Oh.
So, and then kind of piggybacking, since we're going to do ours, calendula is not only good for eating the edible petals, but a great pollinator in your garden as well. So you're getting to double dip on this, right? So we have all the bees, the hoverflies that love the calendula. So we want to plant those. Once again, you don't have to start them. You can just go ahead and get your pot, plop them in a pot, grow them amongst your veggies, and now you're getting the bees and the hoverflies, and you get to eat the flowers as well. So
it's a 3-peat because it's also in the medicinal.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's an anti-inflammatory.
Yeah.
It is. It heal wounds. It's a gastrointestinal. It helps with it. Your gastro tract issues. And
it helps soothe skin irritations.
Yeah.
I think everybody needs to just start a pot. I know I have mine over there ready to go in a pot. So I'll be starting this.
No, I have.
I got a pack of seeds right here. And I was like, when do I need to start these?
Yeah, right now. We can start them. We can start them right now. We're in the 7 zone.
Okay.
Am I muted? Okay. So you were talking about we're doing pollinators.
Yes.
I've learned to love marigolds.
Yes.
My dad always planted marigolds anyway, but when I found that if I dead hit them, they'll get bigger and bigger, because I didn't know that, right? So by them, they would just die off, and I'm like, this is like anti-productive, isn't it? Like, Counterproductive. That's the word. It's counterproductive. But then, as I've been watching YouTube, and I'm like, well, let me just snap these heads off, the dead ones off, and see what happened. And they start getting bigger and bigger. And then closer to fall, it's like, oh, these got little, what you call them? Seeds in them, right?
Yes.
So, a pollinator, and they attract your flies, your bees, to your garden. And so I like having marigolds in the garden. It is a great pollinator. It is cost effective, even if you don't want to grow them yourselves. That's one thing that your local nursery will have as far as a flower. And I think Daddy last year bought, I want to say he bought 2 flats, so that's like $40 worth of flower of marigolds, and we had them everywhere. And they were orange, they were like a fiery orange and yellow. I don't know which they were, but when I found out that you can get them in other colors, I was like, oh, I like these.
Something to mention about when you buy marigolds too, sometimes they'll come in single petal, double petal, triple petal. And it's good to know that your pollinators like single petal. So if you have double and triple, they got to kind of dig in to find the pollen and stuff. So something I learned in Master Gardener, you want to try, you can do this double, the triple, because we like pretty and we like it rounded out. But if you get some single petals in there as well, when you put your marigolds in the garden, they're great for those. And then they also fight nematodes. So those fungus that we can have in our soil, marigolds are really great for fighting that as well. So lots of good things with marigolds.
I want to add something as well. There's different types of marigolds as well, because they have the French marigolds, which are more of the shorter ones, but then they have the African marigolds, which get up to 3 to 4 feet tall.
Yeah.
So make sure you know which one that you are planting, because if you have short growing things and then you plant these African marigolds, they will overshade all your plants, and you'll be like, yeah, I learned that. I found that out.
So that must be what I had last year. You said the African marigolds are the ones that grow really.
Yes.
I was like, why are these things growing so tall and they're not flowering? And then once they got really tall and they started actually flowering,
that's African marigolds.
They were amazing, but them things was a lot.
But that's a good thing to know. Like, you could plant those with your lettuce, right? Because we want our lettuce to be covered, shaded, because we don't want them to bolt. So go ahead and plant those African, and they can block out as much as that sun. So your cool season crops that we're still trying to push a little bit through the summer, it's a great one to plant.
It's also good for like indeterminate tomatoes and stuff. You can plant them next to them because they're going to get tall. So, don't worry about the tall marigolds.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. Did we hit 3, Miss Rashida?
I think we had one more.
Well, I'm gonna go back to sunflowers. I know that Miss Shelley mentioned those as for medicinal, but they're really great pollinators. Like, the bees love them, the birds love them. It's great food for them, right? So we're getting, I like when we can get double out of flower. And then another thing with your sunflowers, let's say you have beans. You plant your beans next to your sunflowers, because those sunflowers, Miss Shelley showed us, they grow 8-10 feet. Well, if you've got pole beans, let them pole beans just wrap right around there. You're going to get pollination. You're going to get an automatic stake for those pole beans. And so it's really great for your pollinators and also for staking purposes. And I know people that save after they dry out at the end of the year, save them and use them for staking the next year. So reuse, repurpose everything that you have in your garden.
Hey, this is my sister. Hey, Adele. That's one of my church. We call her the radio baby. Did I tell y'all about that?
No way.
Yeah, she came to our church from the radio ministry. So, hey, Adele.
Hey.
That's a cute term. The radio baby.
Radio baby. So I like you said that you like when you get 2 or 3 things. So maybe you're at the point where you're just starting and you only have a few flowers. Instead of you thinking you have to go buy all these seeds to have a medicinal garden or to have pollinators, see what you have in your garden, because you may not have read up on, thank you, Lord, for saying that, everything. I couldn't get it out my mouth. Read up on everything that your flower offers or what you have in your garden offers. Because I didn't know that my marigolds offered all that. I didn't know my sunflowers offered all that. So sometimes you don't have to go out and run and buy things, but you may also have something medicinal or edible or pollinating already in your possession and you don't know it. All right. So who's next? We got Shelly and Lisa. So Shelly's off screen. So we're gonna
You're on mute.
You went on mute, sweetie.
I had to say goodnight to my grandbaby.
I did it to myself before I finished talking. Lisa. Yeah, I'm still sleepy.
You're all good.
All right, Lisa, we'll give it to you and Shelly.
Hello, cool gamer.
Okay, I have yarrow, which is also an anti-inflammatory. It stops bleeding. It heals wounds. I think yarrow's been around a long time, like back in the war days when was battle going on. Yarrow would be growing around, and to heal the wounds of the people in war, they would use the yarrow. They would kind of wash it out and then I guess place the yarrow over the wound. And then it also, it soothes the skin. It helps with anxiety. It's an bacterial, lowers blood pressure, and it aids in cardiovascular health. So yarrow, another thing yarrow is good for is it will also attract aphids. So they are good to plant near your beans and peas because aphids love beans and peas. I mean, they love anything.
They live in it.
They will get on your beans and your peas when you're trying to pick them, and they will eat you up. And they will like suck the life out of the plants too. But yeah, and that's yarrow.
Okay. Did y'all do 3?
Not yet. So I have chrysanthemum, and the flowers of chrysanthemums are used for medicine purposes. Trying to summarize. They are known for their potential benefits, including antioxidant, their anti-inflammatory, and antimicrobial properties. Chrysanthemum tea made from the dried flowers is a common way to utilize these medicinal properties. And that was one thing I noticed. I'm sure you did too, Lisa, when researching, is that a lot of the medicinal ones, like a lot of them have the same benefits from, plant to plant or flower to flower. Yeah. So that was interesting to see.
So it goes back to Rashida says, you don't have to plant them all, but see if the one that you do have in your garden are ready.
Right.
Use it for
some things may not be available in certain, areas. If it doesn't like cold or don't like hot, Yeah.
Right.
I was looking at, I want to go back one. So you're talking about marigolds. And I was reading here, it says they're also a nematode repellent.
Yes.
And there are edible varieties available for the marigolds. And I thought about nematodes. So I don't know if Netta, did Netta come on here yet? Netta, okay, so she's on here. I know she has an issue with nematodes. Now to start one of our 3. No, it's not my turn.
We got one more.
They got one more.
Oh, girl, I'm gonna cut y'all off. Y'all was gonna let me cut y'all off. Y'all gonna let me
we wasn't.
No, y'all wouldn't. But I just wanted to go back. Oh, but she said yarrow. That's another thing. I want to go back to yarrow because y'all mentioned yarrow, correct? Yarrow also attracts bees and predatory wasps. Y'all want them. And predatory wasps lay the eggs in the whatever them is, them green worms, and they eat the little worms, hornworms.
Hornworms, yes.
Oh,
And it
them things
also
that I hate.
improves soil and repels pests.
Pests,
So
yep.
Shelly, get you some yarrow, girl. 'Cause
I
you
need
need some yarrow because the worms was just tearing y'all up last year. All right.
Okay, what was y'all saying? What did y'all keep saying? Say goodnight to the people.
Good night to the
That's
people.
what they was
Yeah.
doing.
Just plant those marigolds, those African marigolds, in your tomatoes, and it would help so much with those.
Okay.
Ugh.
I'm gonna have to rewatch this live, y'all, because this is such good information. A third one that I had for our category, medicinal flowers, is roses. I don't know about anybody else, but off the break, I was like, okay, yeah, because I use rose water from time to time in my hair. So it says rose petals are known for their anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and astringent properties. While rose hips are a good source of vitamin C. Specific uses include treating inflammation, diabetes, dysmenorrhea. I know I'm not pronouncing that correctly. Depression, stress, seizures. All of those can be benefits from rose petals. And it is also used for skincare and as antibacterial, and it has antibacterial effects. So that is our third one for this round.
Okay, I'm laughing at Netta. Okay, number one, let's go back. So Lynette says that was yellow and orange crushed marigolds are used for mosquito bites to soothe itching. But Netta said the marigold, those nematodes ain't care. I don't care nothing about her marigolds. So she got a different kind of nematode. Okay, I just want to throw that out there, girl, because we ain't want to have no information that you could use. But she's like, I already do that. All right. Next, we have Cynthia.
Yep. And I am going to be talking about roses. It's funny how it wound up. I was like, yeah, that's my next one.
That's on my list.
So roses, the taste can go from sweet all the way to a spicy taste with the rose petals. The darker the petal, the more intense the flavor is going to be. You can have a rose tea, which a lot of people drink rose tea. You can use the rose petals, put them in some ice cubes, make fancy little drinks. So you can have rose petals in those. You can also sprinkle rose petals on your cakes, on your cookies for decoration. But yeah, you can eat your rose petals. So, but a lot of them will have that kind of spicy taste to them. Okay. The next one is going to be the chive blossom, the blooms that come on the your chives. So, like the purple and the white flowers at the end of your chives. You can use them in salads. They have an onion flavor to them. And the stems, of course, you can chop them up, put them on your baked potato. You can use them in your soups and things like that for your chives. So even if they go to flour, you can still use them. Then my third one.
I didn't know you could, if they were edible.
Yep, they're edible.
You talking about the flowers on the chives?
Yeah.
And then I don't think anybody answered, but I asked that question in our chat because I said my chives had flowers on them, and I was like, "Can I do anything with these?"
And
there you go.
We didn't say that.
He was saving it for you. He was saving it to tell you live.
Put them in your
Google.
Okay, so the next one is going to be together. It's pansies and violets. Okay, so you can put pansies. Yeah, you see them a lot on the cookies. They'll have them. You can see because it makes beautiful decoration on cookies, cakes, cupcakes. You'll see pansy and violet flowers on there. You can also eat them in salad. So you can put them in your salad.
And they're spicy.
And
they're spicy.
They are. They are spicy. You can also candy them. You can candy the violets and the pansies, and also you can make tea with them. So
Those are good ones.
Are orchid flowers edible? I mean, not orchid. Darn it. Okra. Okra.
Okra. I don't know.
They are so pretty to look at.
They are the hibiscus flowers. Yeah.
Oh, they are edible.
Okay.
Raw
Wow.
or cooked.
Okay.
They have a nutty asparagus-like flavor and can be used in a variety of dishes. Oh, and I'm growing several okra plants this year.
Okay.
There you go.
Looking.
Next.
All right. So I guess it's back to me and Jacqueline.
Yes, ma'am.
She been taking charge, but I'm gonna go first this time. Let's go to salvia / sage. I didn't even know it was a / sage. I thought they was two separate things, but it says sage.
I did too.
That's what it says here.
They're a family. They're a family together.
Yeah.
They're family.
Okay. So they're in the same family.
Yeah, same family.
They attract bees and hummingbirds.
Yes.
So if you want hummingbirds, y'all need to grow some salvia.
Mm-hmm.
There may be on CC list too. Are they on your list?
No.
Okay, this edible and ornamental because she was like, oh, they already know about them. But yeah, so that's one of our pollinators. Now I'll give it over to Jacqueline.
Cosmos. They're beautiful, not only pollinators, but great cut flowers. So you can let them go on your plants and then have extra blooms and cut them and bring them into your house. So, and they usually grow pretty tall as well. So something that you need to be mindful of. So probably pot them up. But you definitely want them in your garden. They attract the butterflies, they attract the bees. They're a very fun one. And I just like how wispy they look in the wind. They're just really pretty pollinators.
Okay, last but definitely not least is borage.
Yes.
We talked about borage before. Borage is it attracts bees. Is that on yours too, Cynthia? No or yes? Okay. So it also is
Might be
edible.
on ours. Is that? Do you have that one, Lisa?
I don't have borage.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Borage is edible and it deters hornworms.
That green, nasty hornworm. So put them. I started.
Yeah, anything
40 of
that
them.
deters hornworm. I need y'all to send Miss Lisa some seeds.
Me too. No, I
I
actually
started
want some
40.
borage.
I started 40. I'm gonna bring some up to you, Miss Shelley, because I don't need all of them, but I just started a whole bunch of them.
Of the borage?
The borage.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I have seeds. I just haven't started them. So
Yep,
I
I
will
can
take
bring
them
you some.
start.
Yep, I can bring you some. And the blue flower is so beautiful. I
It
just
would go perfect in my garden. The purples and the blues are my thing.
They are. Yep. And bees love blues. So if you like a lot of bees, they love the blue flower. So that's why the blue flower is so attractive to them.
All right, that's the last one for us. Lisa and Shelley, your turn.
I don't know. Do we have anything else? What else you got, Lisa?
I have. Did we talk about echinacea?
That's a good one.
Mm-mm.
I have echinacea, which is also the coneflower, and it treats upper respiratory infections. Natural cold remedy. It treats yeast and fungal overgrowth. Blood purifier, natural antibiotic, and antibacterial. I know you can get it in a pill form and take it like a vitamin to kind of help your immune system. That's what I've used it for in the past. It kind of helps. So, but to know that I can grow it and not have to go buy it at the drugstore.
Yeah, just use it as a tea. I think that's amazing. Like just steep it in some water and you get to make a tea out of it. And now you get it straight from the garden to your plate.
Yeah.
Or your cup, I should say.
And I think they will attract bees too.
Yes, it is on our list. It is bees and butterflies, which are great pollinators in the garden. Great pollinators.
I like LCD she said that per Google, borage has edible leaves, flowers, and stalks that taste somewhat like cucumbers. The leaves can be eaten in salads with cream cheese or yogurt or served with shellfish. Interesting.
Ooh.
So grow borage.
Real Kitchen Garden Diva says, happy Mommy's Day to you all. I love how you ladies did tonight's live. Knowledge is strength. I'm gonna say power. It's all that. So we're glad that you're enjoying this, because at first I was like, how are we gonna do this? I'm like, okay, Lord, show me what to do. Because it was brought up, it wasn't my idea. It wasn't my idea, y'all. I would love to say it was my idea. But somebody in the back chat last week mentioned it, and that's how we went with it. All right. Did y'all finish up, Shelly and Lisa? Y'all can continue if you haven't.
Did you have any more, Shelly?
Well, I had basil and mint, but I think you had mint on your side. Lisa and I actually had an ongoing list, so we knew what each person was doing. Do you want to talk about mint and the different types? Did you have that? I had that. That was on my list.
Yeah, because I didn't. But I mean, I have it on some other stuff that I looked up before. But if you have it, you can go ahead and talk about it if you want.
Well, just in general, mint, the oil of peppermint is stimulating. It was commonly used to treat flatulence, nausea, spasmodic pains of the stomach and bowels, and as an adjuvant or agent to improve the taste of other medicines. And what I wanted to say, because Lisa had put it on the list, and I was like, yeah, I guess they all group together. In the mint family, you have lemon balm and bee balm and horehound. I think, Lisa, do you grow horehound? Or
this year is my first year growing.
I have.
Okay. You said you grow CC?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was like, I know I've heard one of you guys talk about growing horehound.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I had on mint and basil. Which
we need to say, if you grow mint, please grow it in a pot.
Yes.
Don't grow it in your raised beds. Don't grow it in the ground. Put it in a pot so you can contain that mint. Because Miss Rosita, did you have a bed that took over with mint?
No, I knew this. I knew this, right? So before I got sick, I had some chocolate mint and some mint, my basil, rosemary, and I knew I wanted to pot it up in the fall. But for a temporary holding space, I threw them in my empty raised beds or in spots in my raised bed, so I can pull them up like later.
Yeah. Hey, Robert, thank you.
I don't know what it's gonna look like when I go out here now.
Yeah, good luck on that one.
That is a great point, Jacqueline. And I personally, for my mint, I actually have them in my tower. It's not a what is it? No, green stalk. It's not a green stalk. It's just right. Yeah. But it's I think mine's is like 6 or 7 tiers, and I have different types of mints planted in it, along with some. I still have a couple strawberry plants. So that is how I contain my mint, is by keeping it in that tier.
Even if you put them in a green stalk, know that if you have, because the green stalk comes with 3 different areas, right? If you're familiar with it. If you grow it in one area, know that it's not going to stay in that one area. Exactly, Ms. Lisa. It will be in all 3 spots. Give it a year. It will take over that whole tier. So if you put it in a tier, be prepared that it will take over the whole tier. That's just the life of
just figure when I go out there, when I make my way out there this summer, I'm going to trim it back and try to dig it up by the root if I need to move it. If not, it'll just be there.
You'll just have a mint bag.
I put all my mints.
Set it up into a bunch of different pots and just set them all around in different places, because like rodents and Mr. No Shoulders, they do not like the
You
smell
don't
of
like
mint.
mint. Nope.
Yes, that was my plan also, Lisa, is to put mints and rosemary and thyme and stuff in pots and sit them around the
Yep.
garden.
Now,
Yeah.
I intentionally put in oregano in my raised bed.
Yeah,
Because
that's oregano's fine. Oregano's fine.
I
But
want
mint,
oregano in there because that's where I'm going to put. I have my peppers in there, and I'm going to put tomatoes. So I want a bed full of oregano. So I don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just wanted to say, let y'all know that I did that. I'll let you know how that worked out. On my rosemary, I have a rosemary, oregano, sage, chocolate mint. I might have a regular mint out there. Basil. My okra went to seed out there. My tomatoes went to seed out there. So I'm gonna have like 1 billion tomato plants.
You won't need to plant anything inside. They all
I don't want no tomatoes. I don't want all them tomatoes. But listen, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful, and it's gonna be a journey for us. And so I did want to say before we move,
flowers, so whenever y'all ready.
Yeah, I'm done.
You done? Okay, well, I think
done.
we have a couple of more, but before we go there, if you've been here and you really try to figure out what channels to subscribe to, our channels are in the corner of our videos. We have CC from Cynthia's. We have Cynthia from CC's Texas Garden. We have Jacqueline for Four Seasons Garden. We have Lisa from Gardening with Lisa and Shelly from Shelly's Homestead Hideaway. I am Rashida Monique. You can find me on social media as Rashida Monique. Okay, because anything say Sheeta Boo is defunct. So y'all can follow me there, but she ain't posted. But I just wanted to put it out there. So I think we had a couple of more. So everybody's finished yourself for me and Jacqueline?
No, ma'am.
Go for it. You're next.
I thought she said I was done. Okay, maybe
no,
I
am not done.
Okay, go ahead, Cynthia.
Okay, my next 3. Okay. Thyme flowers. Mm-hmm. So the flowers that be on your little thyme, when they come up, you can put them in soups and in salads. So I didn't know that about thyme.
Did not either.
Yes, the thyme flowers. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about mints. Mint flowers. Okay, so they range from peppermints all the way to chocolate mints. Of course, you can make teas with all that. So, not just the leaves, you can put the flowers in there. The flowers and leaves can be used in teas, making jellies, as well as sauces. You can use those mints and the flowers in sauce. So don't ask me about recipes. Y'all have to look them up. Okay. Okay. And then my other one is marigolds. So it has a bitter taste to it, like a bitter tang taste to it. But you can you can drink teas, marigold tea. You can also have them in your salads. But as Rashida said, they taste, no, you said dandelions taste nasty. Bitter. So, yeah. But they're bitter too, so it probably tastes like dandelions. You can also substitute for tarragon. If you need tarragon in a recipe, you can use marigold in a substitution with that. Now, remember to remove the bitter white part at the end of the petals before consuming marigolds. So remove that bitter white part at the bottom of that. So I have 2 more, but I'll wait till y'all do y'all's.
Hi, y'all. So I do want to say welcome. If I have said welcome before, I know some people saying I said hi. I just listen. Sometimes we just miss. It's not intentional. We just doing the best we can over here. All right. But thank y'all for being here. Thank you for joining this broadcast. Now, me and Jackie got 3 more. Well, we got 3 more.
Zinnias. Let's go with zinnias. Zinnias. They are beautiful. I just think they're gorgeous. Plant up pots of them in your garden, the bees, the butterflies, great cut flowers, right? You can cut them, bring them in the house, put them in a vase if you want to be fancy. I put them in a vase. A vase. But bring them in. But they're great pollinators. They will reseed themselves, which is nice. If you put them in a pot, the seeds can drop off again and that pot will come back again. So zinnias are just beautiful. And you can pick those at the $1.25 store all the time, real cheap.
Okay. I want to go ahead and talk about this lavender. Lavender. Bees love lavender. Lavender smells so good, y'all. Yes. And so I like lavender scented, some lavender scented things, but when I got me some lavender in these pots outside, they smell so good. Even we were outside like the first warm day of this spring at my mom's house, and I was over there cleaning out her pot, and she had some lavender in it, and even like the dry part from last year, like the dead part, still smelt really, really good. And so I'm excited what it's going to grow back as this year.
And they have a long bloom time. They have a long bloom time from May to August. So you got May, June, July, August. So you got 4 months. Because I mean, like Miss Rashida said, they're blooming right now. They already started blooming. I saw some of the lavender farms that are here in Northern Virginia. They were posted. They're blooming. The first blooms are coming out.
Yes.
Yep. So
I'm planning to plant some of those. And also, I have an amazing drink that you use lavender flowers. It's called the London Fog, which is steeped Earl Grey tea with lavender flowers, a little vanilla extract, and a little honey. And then you can sweeten to taste and add in your choice of milk, almond milk or whatever. It is
that sounds good.
Yeah.
That don't, but I'll let y'all have that.
Girl,
don't Earl Grey tea taste like bergamot?
When you do the Earl Grey with the lavender flower, you don't get that.
Because this is my thing. People say Earl Grey tea, so I'm like, I'm at this fancy restaurant. Let me give me some Earl Grey, and I got it. I said, this tastes like hair grease.
Thank you.
Because the only reference I have to bergamot
hair grease.
Hair grease, and now I'm thinking I'm drinking hair grease, and I can't get past that in my brain. So,
yes, and I got a video of the hired help tasting it for the first time.
It's me.
I have to find it. I promise you, you will if you like the smell of lavender, you will like the London Fog, even with that Earl Grey tea. I'm gonna find the video.
Send me the recipe. I might try. Okay. Y'all don't understand. My brain is a powerful weapon. Okay. Who was going?
So zinnias going. Someone posted in there that they clipped them back today. Yep, you can clip them and propagate them. Definitely can do that. They're heat tolerant. So Miss Cece, where it gets hot, they will take the heat and not even care. Where we're at in Zone 7A, where Miss Leeson is, where it gets hot as well. Your zinnias can take the heat. Yeah. They're not gonna care.
Right.
You can still bring your zinnias in. I mean,
and these are cut and come again. The more you cut them, the more you're going to have them to come out. So I know they're beautiful and you want to leave them in your garden, but keep cutting them because they're going to keep coming back.
Yep, definitely. Yep, keep cutting them.
I had to laugh. Let's pause for Donzel.
Oh my goodness.
I hope you make a video very soon, Jacqueline. Donzel.
Wait, say it one more time for the people in the back of the room.
It's Mother's Day.
Say it one more time.
She's making the video. It's the posting that's the problem. So maybe y'all can help a sister out.
Okay. And Jacqueline,
yes, ma'am.
We did not pay Donzel to say that.
I think you did. You've been talking about Donzel this week. I think you sent him a little extra. You'd be like, here's a seed packet if you put that out there.
Right. Which types of lavenders grow in Virginia? I have no idea.
Yeah, Jacko
Uh,
might know that.
Oh my goodness, my brain. The true lavenders are one that we grow in Virginia, and then the I think they're called Old English lavender. I think those are the two that we grow here in Virginia. Yeah.
Okay, Brampton said, I used to hate Earl Grey, now I like it. I'm like, dang, does that mean I'm old?
Yes, that's what it means.
Maybe that's what it means. Can you use regular black tea too? I think it's worth a try.
Yeah.
Okay, I just found my videos of the London Fog.
Okay,
So
so
you want to finish the list first?
What else you wanted to hit on, Miss Rashida, that was on our list? Anything else that you think is important? I know we had quite a bit
you
on
said
there.
Cosmos, right?
I did Cosmos.
You did Cosmos, you did Sunflowers. We talked about Incarnation.
Milkweed. What about Milkweed? That's the monarchs. They can be invasive as well. So you want to grow those in pots or put them in a part of your garden that you don't care is going to just take over, because their roots do go underground and move like mint. They're part of the mint family.
Okay.
So if you want to do milkweed, you have to put them in pots if you want to contain them. But they will attract the monarch butterflies. You'll see all the beautiful little chrysalis and all that stuff and grow on the milkweed. So
all right. So let's talk about, who's next? Did Shelly and Lisa finish their
y'all through? Do y'all have more?
We have a few more, not many more.
Yeah, I'm not really tripping about finishing ours because a couple of them are dupes.
I mean, Snapdragons, you have that on your list?
Hold on, Lisa, you have Mullen, right? Because that was on our original list.
Yeah, I have Mullen and St. John's wort.
Okay, good for it.
But Mullen, it's like a sedative, a diuretic, astringent, anti-inflammatory. It softens skin, and it aids in upper respiratory relief. Mullen is good for a lot of stuff. A lot.
Bathroom tissue is soft.
Yeah. You need that.
If you need Mullen leaves, and we don't have tissue at the stores that can't get none, you can use Mullen.
Go out there. Okay.
Things are big enough, that's for certain.
It is.
There's some mullen plants in the park where I walk with my walking group on Saturdays.
All right, I gotta just put mullen plant looks like now.
I'm gonna pull some up one day.
Listen, y'all, these are lists, and we still have, I think, a few more to go. These lists are not all inclusive, all right, but these are a good start. And the categories, if you missed the categories for today, they are pollinating flowers. We're talking about medicinal flowers, and we're talking about edible flowers. And what we're finding is that some of the things that we may already have in our gardens may actually have benefits medicinally, and for the garden as pollinators, and also may be edible. So those are good for us to know. So doing a little research on what you already have. You'd be surprised at what you may find, and then read up on some other things. I was like, maybe I need me a herb cookbook or something. I need me a herb encyclopedia. I like books, y'all. I know we love the internet, and but I need some paper and a pencil. That's it, girl. Send me a link to that. So, but I like a good book. Most of the stuff I moved from my apartment was books. Okay, I ain't gonna tell y'all how many totes of books I had, but listen.
Can I tell you that mullen grows like wild in my yard? Like, I didn't know what it was. I mean, I'm telling you, if there's not 20 or 30 of these plants in my yard right now, there is none.
Send me a plug.
Thank you.
Cut one up and send me a root.
I'm serious. I was wondering, what is this growing in my yard?
I'm
trying to grow it over here.
Pull that mug up and send it to Michigan. I'll send you the shipping money.
Oh,
wait a minute. What did you say? What is growing in your yard?
Mullen.
Oh, yeah. You can dig that up and bring me some too.
Okay.
Girl, break that thing up.
Wow.
All right. So anybody else?
Yep.
Go ahead.
I have 2 more.
Go
Go
for it.
ahead.
Okay, so guys, we're gonna talk about my favorite. One of my favorites is Jamaican sorrel. Yes, so the flower blooms, and it has like a shell that the flower is in when it blooms. That is what you want to harvest. And I'm wondering, since we can eat the okra flower, I'm wondering if you can eat the flower from. I mean, it's still in hibiscus family.
Mhm.
But the shell of that, so the
Eat it and let us know.
I'm about to look it
Hey,
up.
I may, or put it in a tea or something.
Yeah.
So with this Jamaican
Sorrel flowers are edible.
all right, well, good. I will be eating them. Okay, you can make holiday drinks. You can dry them and make holiday drinks. You can make your teas with them. It has a cranberry taste. You can eat them fresh. I have seen people eat them fresh.
Oh,
It just tastes like a tart cranberry,
Mm.
so you can eat them, the shells fresh, or you can make a jellies, which I did as well with that. But yeah, and I'm
Because of Cece, I started 4. I've got 4 of them going right now, Miss Cece.
yes,
I haven't started any yet.
Yep.
But yeah,
I've
it
got
says
4.
it's a tart lemony flavor, but it says specifically that the entire wood sorrel plant, including the flowers, can be consumed raw or cooked.
You can eat the leaves. It has a citrus taste to them. You can make teas with the leaves as well. I was trying to stick to the flowers, but yeah, you can pretty much, and even the roots of it, you can dry them, and you can grind them into a powder and put them into your teas, your drinks like that as well with the roots. And so my last one is going to be goldenrod, which is pretty much everybody going to have goldenrod. I didn't know what it was. Now I know. It looks like a weed, a beautiful weed that comes up, and it has these yellow, beautiful yellow flowers. And you can make tea with it. It's also good for tinctures. And jelly. You can make goldenrod jelly from that as well. So when the goldenrods, you can find them in every ditch, every field, they're everywhere. And until I seen and found out about them this year, then it was like I seen them everywhere. I was like, wow, I did not realize they were everywhere. But yeah, that's my list.
All right. Anybody else? I don't know what we did and didn't do, Jacqueline.
Well, I know a few of them. Snapdragons, they're easy. They're a cool season. Of course, they're a cool season crop, right? So you're going to plant those for spring. They're going to die off in the summer, but they're semi-perennial. So if you leave it in the pot, it will come back in the fall because all the seeds will drop off and restart again. So if you do, like I love pots, start your container with snapdragons in the spring, they'll bloom, die, and come back again in the fall. So they're great for the pollinators. The pollinators love them. So something that you could just throw just throw the seeds in the pot. Remember, I told you not to start it. Just throw a bunch of seeds in a pot and just let them do what they do.
All right. And lupine. Did we say lupine?
We didn't do lupine, but those have a great one. Yep, go for it.
It brings bumblebees,
Mhm.
and it's a nitrogen fixer, and it is ornamental.
Yes.
Okay. We like nitrogen fixers. And you may not be growing food that need nitrogen, but you might be growing a beautiful plant that you want in your flower garden. So lupine is a pollinator. So it has great benefits.
So the last one I want to just go over is Coreopsis. We always want to talk about native plants. So if you can do a native plant in your area, something that's already accustomed to your weather, Coreopsis is a great one. It's got a long bloom time from May to September. So it's a plant that you can just keep out there, and it's tough. It's hardy for the area. So drought tolerant, and it's just going to work for you. Pretty yellow flowers. So Coreopsis is probably the last one that people probably heard of on the list, Miss Rashida.
You said that's the last one?
The last one that I can or Alyssums, that's another one, but they're a cool weather crop. So they're up there with the Snapdragons. Depending if you put it in a shady spot, you might get the Alyssums to keep going through the summer, but they're more a cool season crop unless they're in shade.
Hoverflies and bees.
Yes.
All right. So that's what we have. Lisa and Shelly, are you guys done? You said you were done with your list. We still talking about this chocolate mint over here.
That sounds like chocolate mint tea. Sounds good.
It does. Actually, I think I have some chocolate mint. I got some 8-ounce jars that's on the shelf of dried stuff from last season.
Oh, nice.
I don't know what I dried. I need to go look. I might have some.
Mm-hmm.
I might be having some of that. So, y'all, I know we usually end about 10 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And I still want to end by 10 o'clock. Because I'm struggling over here.
You done had a nap.
Oh,
Shots fired. Shots fired.
She said, I didn't had a nap, but I didn't had a nap. That nap was long enough. I'm still struggling over here, Lisa. Listen, I'm still
Lisa, it was only 45 minutes.
Listen, I'm not a night. I went to bed at what? Went to bed at 2, got up at 8.
Oh my goodness.
Yep, and made a meatloaf, made some cornbread, went to church, came back, warmed the food. It's the whole thing. It's what we do on the weekend, but usually I can get like a break. But that's okay. I'm not complaining. I'm just explaining. Mama said she enjoyed her dinner. Daddy enjoyed her dinner. I did sort of kind of do him dirty though. Shelly, I told your friend, he said, thank y'all for cooking. I said, you're welcome. I said, we fasting for Father's Day though.
No, you didn't.
But y'all already know that ain't true. Y'all already know that ain't true, but it was a great laugh for me.
Yeah, that's too
For
funny.
it was a great laugh. But anything y'all want to talk about before we get off of this live stream? She said shots fired. Pew pew.
Right?
Lisa quiet and very, very in the background, but she got jokes. That's what. All right. Anything y'all want to talk about?
I don't know.
I'm good.
No.
Everybody's like, I'm good. Yeah, we learned a lot in this.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what we're gonna cover in the next 2 weeks. It's Memorial Day weekend. I don't even know what y'all doing Memorial Day weekend. I don't know.
I will be busy.
She'll be busy.
Well, that'll be Sunday night, right? That would be that Sunday night.
That'll be that Sunday night. I have a 4 o'clock program, but I don't see it going past 6:30.
The crawfish kickback for the ones in Texas is coming to Texas. Crawfish kickback weekend. But I think we have breakfast that morning on Sunday, and then everybody will be leaving out. So
I'm just a little taken by all of these get-togethers y'all have down in Texas.
yes, ma'am.
I love it.
Girl, listen, they gonna get together and they gonna kick back. They're gonna trade some seeds and eat some barbecue. That's what they're gonna do.
I just went to a plant exchange the other day. It was awesome. So I got some new plants and new things, and I'm gonna be part of a couple of garden clubs. So
Yay.
Girl, listen, that's awesome for you.
I know the National Gardeners is having a plant swap this Wednesday, and I have to miss because of work. I'm so disappointed.
Girl,
So
call in.
disappointed.
All in sick.
You start on Monday. Like,
You'll set it up.
Hi, Sylvia.
Yeah.
Sylvia?
Uh-huh.
Sylvia's.
Sylvia.
No, Civiar.
And Netta, what?
Okay.
Sylvia. And Netta, what did you want me to say again? The shots fired?
Shots fired. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, that was wild.
All right. So I learned a lot. I don't know.
I did.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
Not sure what we'll be talking about next stream and who all can make it. We don't do much on Memorial Day. You know what I do on Memorial Day is plant my garden.
Mhm.
Mm.
Oh, because you can finally find out probably in your area, can you, Miss Sheeta?
Girl, it's gonna be. Let me tell you about this weather. It was 50 yesterday, a high of 50, but the other day it was like 70 something. And then at night it's like 30 or 40. So let's go with this week. Today it was 72. Gonna be a low of 40.
Rob.
Yep, I did too, Rob.
Tomorrow,
mammoth flowers, the sunflowers. He's asking if we
mammoth sunflowers.
I don't know if mine would be considered giant, but it was tall. That was it.
Yeah, we had a couple of giant ones here, but not too much. It's supposed to be 80 tomorrow with a low of 46. It's gonna be warm this week. High is 73. The highest day is gonna be 80.
But your overnight temperature, it's gonna be in the
60s this week.
Okay.
Next week is supposed to be like 55 overnight, 50, 47, 49.
Okay. So you're getting there. Not quite tomato.
So we're gonna try. We gotta rev up to spring. We'd be like,
I don't even have all my stuff planted. I don't even have because it rains. It rains.
Yeah.
Like it's raining right now.
Wow.
And I can't get everything planted. Yesterday we started trying to get everything planted, and we got rained out, and we were still out there in the rain, just getting wet, trying to plant.
Get stuff out.
Still don't have it. I don't have okra planted. I mean, they're growing, but they're not out. Squash, zucchini, eggplant, all that still in the pots.
Oh man, yeah, you need to get your stuff out. Like Shelly and I are just getting that stuff that we can get out now.
What I eat. And you know what, Lisa, for the person that's been impatient and hopeful about the garden and then giving up on the garden, it's all in God's timing. You know, when you get in the ground, it's gonna grow.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have a great, wonderful harvest regardless. So, but it is frustrating though, because you know, especially when you got a full day and you have a whole to-do list.
Yes.
Of what you gonna get done.
When you're a full working person and then trying to get gardening in there, it can be a little trying of the patience.
The sun is shining. I'm sitting at work. The sun is shining.
Of course.
And then when I'm driving home in thunder and lightning and pouring rain.
Or you take the day off. That was sad. You took the day off and it rained.
Yeah, it rained.
The Lord said, Lisa, take a break. Put your feet up. Enjoy the rain. Do like Rashida and just sit there and listen at the window. Get you a cup of tea. Relax.
I feel for you with that rain because
I don't even know.
It's still raining in my backyard. So
girl, you have to build you an ark, okay? Because she walked out there and I was like, that's just too much water.
Girl, just wade in the water. Just wade.
And I'm like, the only thing to fix that would be to get it regraded, like dump a whole bunch of soil and regrade it.
French drain is what, you know, a lot of people are saying. I need a French drain, but I mean, that costs French money. Because I'm gonna tell you this.
Vase money.
I'm gonna tell you this. Here I go. Find out how much it costs, and then ask the Lord for it or to fix it, and forget about it.
Yeah,
and forget about it. And it's in His hands. Because listen, I don't know about any of us. Ain't none of us sitting on thousands upon thousands of dollars. But I told y'all about my driveway that I couldn't get fixed, and I said, "Well, what I'm gonna do about this driveway?" When they came and said, "I need to dig up the end of y'all driveway, and when we finish, we gonna pave it for you." I said, "Thank you, Jesus."
Thank you. Right. Yep.
And I ain't have to pay a dime.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, you don't know.
Yeah.
Anything is possible.
That is true.
Anything is possible. Somebody said, "What's up with those melons?" Oh, Ruth Kelly.
Yeah.
She said, "Hey, Shelly, Now I can't say nothing because both of y'all seeds sit right here in front of this computer. And when I leave this computer every Sunday, I don't even think
Wait a
about y'all.
minute, what melon seeds?
This is for
What
Shelly.
melon
This is for
seeds?
Ruth Kelly.
Oh
I
boy.
got some of Shelly's canary melons growing.
I thought I sent her canary melon seeds. What's she talking about?
I don't know. Maybe she didn't get them.
Ruth, you gotta explain yourself. I thought I sent you melon seeds.
She said, "Explain yourself, woman."
I sent you a bunch of stuff.
Hopefully she got it. You
And I'm
know?
over here trying to whisper because my grandbaby and them say I'm being too loud.
Oh no.
Oh, she's like, I can't go to sleep. He too loud.
Yeah, they say they can hear through the vent.
Listen, are y'all too loud? Are you too loud or is she too nosy? You
I turned the volume down.
Oh no. That's all. We're gonna get off in a minute.
Yeah, that's my art. I feel sorry for all these people that are getting all this rain. I know the Lord needs
I'm
to
gonna be
send it,
getting
but
off of here and going outside to see if see how my arch is looking.
I'm down. I'm down. But you know what? I was thinking about the people that had those big old food grade water tanks. There's some people that need this kind of rain. We ain't got that kind of rain holding power.
I need that. I need them big 50 whatever gallon things.
Yeah.
Because I think about all that rainwater and I'm like,
oh,
man,
that you chew. You've been set for the whole summer.
I know.
And half of next year.
I know.
Now you had a video that started and there was a hose pipe going towards your ditch.
Yes. That's
draining water.
It's draining from the backyard. So it's a pump that's
and that was in the front yard. That hose pipe was in the front yard.
Yes.
Draining.
Yeah. It drains from the back because it comes from under the house, from the backyard. The guy the neighbor down the road let us borrow his pump. And so he dug a trench. And so all the water flows to the front in that, area, and it flows out to the ditch.
Okay. Ooh, that's a lot of water.
Oh yeah.
Shelly, I think she's thinking about the golden. She's thinking about the golden melon.
Yes, that's the one she's talking about. Okay. I need to look and see what I have. That's the royal golden watermelon.
She said from the other day, and I'm like, oh, we brought that back up. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because she watched the little short.
Yeah.
Got it.
So okay.
Let's
see,
Ruth Kelly sent me some little protective sleeves.
Okay.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it was so nice in there.
Oh yeah.
Who did?
Candy in the summertime.
It's Ruth Kelly.
Sent you some sleeves.
Yeah.
From those Farmers Defense
sleeves.
Huh?
I don't know if they
form them sleeves from Farmer's Friend.
I don't know.
I have some sleeves. I had mine on yesterday. Them things was bomb.
Yes. I love mine.
She sent me 2 pair.
Oh, Robin the Guardian. 2 pairs. IBC totes for collecting rainwater. That's what we talking about. We don't know the real term. We need people like you on here to teach us something. Yeah.
What's the IBC totes?
Oh, those
are
the
big containers.
Those big metal containers on the outside.
Have all that rainwater in.
Those are the ones I sent you
the
pictures.
Off grid. When they live off grid, they need those containers as well.
Those are the ones I took and I've converted all of those into my corn beds. I have 12 of them, and I'm going to convert those all into my cornfield this year.
Okay, sure. 50-gallon can rain catching water. Use it all today. I need an IBC tote.
IBC totes. Facebook Marketplace. I'm telling you, either that or call your local dump. We call it the dump. What is it called? The correct terminology. the dump. Whatever.
Waste management.
Waste management. There you go. Waste management. My brother-in-law works at the waste management in Prince William County, and he got me 15 of them for free. They just have them. They bring in stuff. I just cleaned them out really good, and I've cut them open. I didn't use them for storing water. I use them for my garden, but they will. They will store a lot of water.
500 gallons of water. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're huge. Yep. So call your local waste management, see if they have any that they're giving away for free.
Yeah.
Free is always good.
Yes, it is.
Yes. And Facebook Marketplace. People post them on Facebook Marketplace.
Girl, listen, by the time I see something on Facebook and this free app, that stuff be gone. I'm like, oh, am I supposed to be watching this?
No. But just, I mean, not the free, just search every now and then. I'll just go in and I'll search free IBC totes. And if sometimes they'll pop up, sometimes they don't. So, or maybe you should, Rashida, right before you're gonna put it, Lord, you know what I need. I'm gonna put this in
Yeah.
here. You know what I'm in need of, Lord, and I need to ask, and I'm asking.
I'm asking, taking my own advice. But listen, I'm gonna tell you what my problem is, though. I'm gonna tell you what my true problem is, and I expect y'all to pray for me. I would advise people to ask for help, but it's very hard for me to ask for help. And not even just some things I can, and some people I will ask. But like now, since my sister is helping me and all this other stuff, I'm not gonna ask her to do nothing extra. I'm not asking her to run to go meet somebody to go pick this up. I'm not asking her to do deliveries or y'all pray for me.
We will put it on the prayer list.
Okay, that's not
I'm not laughing at you, Rashida. I'm laughing at Netta's comment.
You need a water barrel. Also, not the one that has shampoo or chemicals in it. So make sure it's food grade.
As long as it's food grade and you cleaned it out well, get your Dawn, get your peroxide, clean it out, let it dry out. Don't put stuff in it right away. Let it dry out. And of course, everyone has their own how they feel about things. So do what's good, what you feel is good for your family. The Dawn will strip it and I am good. Let it dry real well and I will use them. As long as they're food grade, I am running with it.
Netta, I'm so sorry that happened to you, girl.
What happened to who? Would I miss?
Netta. She said she used to catch rainwater until a huge frog came crawling out and she thought her soul had left.
No.
The other day I was digging in the soil. You know how I like to just,
with your hand.
And I was like, wait a minute, the frog. I was sitting. I was like, what's wrong with this soul? Oh my gosh. I'm just massaging him a bit. I'm like, it's nothing but squishy soil when it's a frog.
It's one thing for me to see an animal in certain circumstances, right? If I was somewhere, like I see them crossing the expressway when I go to work, right? They're going from ditch to ditch. I see them sometimes even in the city after we had a lot of water, especially in parts of the city that has standing water. You'll see a frog 2 or 3 here and there.
Yes.
But if I had to touch it, or if it was in my personal purview, we gonna have problems. I am a girl, even at my job. So let me tell you, we get imported cucumbers, right? So one year, it looked like a bumblebee, but it was super furry and it was huge. I swear that thing was like this big, and it was flying around the office, and I was like, "Oh my god, kill it!" The one girl was like, "No, don't kill it. Set it free." I said, "It's not from around here. I've been here all my life. I ain't never seen it. Kill it." She caught it with the garbage can and put it outside.
No,
okay? But I'm the one. Okay, it could be a mouse. It can be a raccoon. It could be something come through that warehouse office. I'm up on my desk, but I promise you, when I come down, I'm gonna have my purse and my car keys, and I'm gone. I don't care what y'all want me to do the rest of the day. That is not my problem.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
I'm screaming. I'm hollering. Get me. We lived in the duplex as me and my siblings. So we had a duplex because anyway. So something was hitting. I fell asleep. Something was hitting my TV, and I'm like, "What is that?" And I woke up, y'all. It was a bat, little bat, flying and hitting the TV.
Mm.
And I was thinking, okay, Rashida, all you gotta do is get up because the TV was next to the window. So I'm like, if I turn the light off, open the room, maybe I can open the screen. He go out the window.
Yeah.
I could not convince myself to get out the bed. So I roll over and get the phone, and I'm calling my brother, and I'm like, dear.
You whispering like the bat can hear you.
In his ears.
I need you to go get this. It's a bed in my apartment. He's like, what? I'm like, it's a bed. I tried to be a big girl, but I can't. You got to come get it. So he came up there to get the bat, and he caught the bat. And every time the bat squealed, I screamed. It's like, squeak, ah, squeak, ah. He's like, shut up. And I'm like, he was like, it's just a baby. It's scared. I'm like, I'm scared. Kill it. And he's like,
No.
it's just a baby. You got to let it free. I said, why? So he can come back?
No, let it go. The bats are good for mosquitoes. They eat like what? How many mosquitoes they eat a night?
I don't care. It was in my apartment. Listen, in my apartment, it's my apartment.
They're gonna eat those mosquitoes in your apartment.
I will where you live. So don't come where I live. Girl, but that was so funny. I was just like, no, I am a girl. I will scream and holler. I don't care how old I am.
See, a bat will eat 1,000 mosquitoes in an hour.
I don't care. At that point in time, I don't care about mosquitoes. I want it away from me, and I want it.
Right.
Now. Right. Now. But that's just me. All right.
All right.
Anyways, so y'all just are talking about rainwater. Y'all talking about being good adults.
I'm gonna get on off here. I can go.
Well, we go, y'all.
Yeah, gotta check in with another chat is going. So
girl, go ahead with your social self.
Yeah,
your social. Okay. Listen, thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for joining. We appreciate y'all being on this live stream today and next week, and whenever you decide to join us or wherever this video meets you. We want you to know that you are blessed. You are highly favored, that you are the apple of your Father's eye. He is absolutely and positively concerned about you. He thinks that you are the best thing since sliced bread. You can cast your cares upon him and know that he cares for you and that he loves you with an everlasting love. And there's nothing and nothing you can do about it. You all have a great night. Lord willing, we'll see you out here again in these internet streets. If y'all want to keep chatting, keep on chatting. But we go. Bye.
Bye-bye, y'all.